Good day, good people. I hope you're living your best life, living your blessed life, being the best you can be, doing the best you can do it, not selling yourself short, okay? Listen, I had to come out here because I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. I'm just elated beyond measure. And I just want to say thank you for staying with me on this and the delay in the Dexa scan. So, I've done my second Dexa scan in this season, right? And when I say in this season, focusing on eating better and the whole choices journey. If this is your first time tuning in, go check out some of the other videos that really chronicle my starting out on this journey and really what I'm doing in order to be better and to live healthier. I'm not doing a lot of fad diets and stuff like that. I'm just focusing on eating less ultra processed foods. So eating more whole foods, eating more things that are basically not chemicals. That's really what it boils down to. Things that come from the earth. I'm not vegan. I'm not vegetarian. I do eat the beef. I eat the pork. I eat the chicken. I eat the shrimp. I eat the fish. I eat pretty much everything. I'm just making sure that I focus on not indulging so much in the ultra processed portions of it. So looking for those alternatives that are out there, and sometimes it does take a little bit more work to get those things done. And so y'all gonna see my phone come up a lot in this video because I'm referencing the Dexa scan. So please stick with it through this entire video. It'll bless you, I promise you, and hopefully it'll provide some motivation to you as you just see, as I document what I have been working on myself and going from there with that. So, without further ado, let's dive right into here. Okay, so I did my scan on 5/2. I wanted to get it in April, but I wasn't able to. However, I did it today on May the 2nd. So, as you can see, I have actually lost almost 10 pounds from my total mass from January to now. Now, I will say in the last few months, I have been, weeks, I have not been as focused. When I went to Savannah, went out of town and all of that, I have not been as focused as I need to be and falling back into patterns that are not good for me. And just to be honest, like we all go through cycles like that where you're hitting, but we need to stop and readjust and reassess so we don't end up back in the same position that we were in, right? So that's what I'm focusing on for this week. And if y'all have been struggling as well with that, just take that moment to refocus. But from January to now, I have lost 10 pounds. And so I'm really, really happy about that. Now, the blue letter is my fat tissue. And that's what I'm really excited about. And one of the reasons why I was like, gotta get in here and get this real quick. So my fat tissue, as you can see on the screen, I'll put it right here. It went from 134 pounds to 123 pounds. Okay, let that soak in for a minute, right? And then that orange number right next to it, my lean tissue went from 141 to 140.9. So in other words, my overall composition, I haven't lost a lot of muscle, right? Which is great, because if you look at the one that I did in September 2023, when on here I was the heaviest that I did the Dexa scan at, which my total mass was 290, 290, which is wild. And to be honest with you, some people say, oh, no, I guarantee you 290 was not my heaviest, okay? So from that, I'm down 20 pounds from September 2023. Okay. Now, I did lose. See, this is the part from the last scan and this scan, which I'm not very happy about, because I did lose 7 pounds of muscle, right? No bueno. I just was fat. That's really what that boils down to. I was just fat. However, from this point to this point, I really have actually lost fat. And I haven't been doing a lot of lifting. Y'all know I started lifting back. But mainly my main exercise has been walking, and consistently walking multiple times a week, multiple times a day. So remember, the strategic placement of when you're walking and how you're feeding your food in are like literally the two most important things, like that has really drastically changed this. And so just right off the bat, I'm just like, yo, this is good. This is good. Wow. And I haven't been doing anything crazy, like nothing crazy, other than the fact of limiting my processed foods, really the ultra processed foods, right? So the stuff like potato chips, man, I kill potato chips, right? Staying off as much fast food, number 2. Now the last 3 weeks actually, let's go ahead and say about the last month, I have been more so tapping into that more than I need to be. And so just keep that in mind. So really, that whole thing. And does it take work? Yes, it absolutely takes work. It takes dedication. It does take amount of planning, right? Now, there's services out there that people utilize. I, however, do not afford those services. So therefore, when stuff gets done, it's because I'm cooking it between me and my mother. Like, we partner up on teaming and cooking those types of foods. However, my diet is a little bit different than hers, or my cooking style is different than hers. So, but we're both really pushing towards that. And yeah. So the next part is my regional assessment, which is, basically the next part on the Dexa scan just shows you where your arms, your trunk, your legs, your hip, your abdomen fat, and all of that. And then it gives you your full total fat percentage and all of that. So y'all can look at that. However, I think something that was really cool is when I go to my resting metabolic rate, so basically the calories that I burn when I'm just sitting down, I find it interesting at the fact that it went up by 1 kilocalorie per day. And that's because my lean mass, so my muscle is such a different in comparison to my fat. So people tell you that muscle burns more, which is true. So that's the reason in between that. So I'm at, my resting metabolic rate is like 1730. So pretty much as long as I stay within there, but I don't count calories. That's another thing. I'm not counting calories. I pretty much eat whatever I want. That's not true. I don't eat whatever I want, but I don't count what it is that I'm eating. When it's time to eat, I eat. If it's time for a snack, I get a snack. It's really the types of food that I'm feeding in. And the reality is, when you feed the right foods in, your body actually doesn't crave as many calories because of what you're eating. I don't want to use a term like nutrient dense and all of that, but that's essentially what's happening. I'm eating things that are more satiating, so I stay good longer because I'm eating high quality foods, or not chemicals. I don't want to keep saying it like that and be like the people like, oh, don't eat chemicals, but really, that's what's going on. So, all right. Now, if you are a larger individual like myself, I don't fit on the entire Dexa scan table. So they actually do double my left side and my right side. So for my arm, well, really for my arms, my arms and my legs, because part of my leg is just a little bit too far over for it to do the full measurement. But in time, I'll fit on the full Dexa scan, so they do double the sides, but it's still a good baseline. Just to let y'all know that. So let's really get into it now. All right, so the breakdown of my trunk and my arms. So I have lost a lot of fat mass in there, and when you're looking at it, so it's about a pound each. The percentages is really what I look forward to. So now my fat percentage in my overall, in my arm, it did go up but down from the last one. So up from my baseline, but when I did my baseline in 2022, I was in Camp Gladiator. I was doing a whole bunch of different things, right, at that point in my life. And even though I was doing Camp Gladiator, my diet was trash. My diet was really, really bad. I was working out, but my diet was horrible. And so that was a distinct reflection in that. You can look at, no need to go back through that, but listen. All right. All of my fat mass, my leg fat mass has gone down, and the amount of fat that I even have in my legs is lower by almost a whole percentage point from when I began, almost 2 percentage points from January. And I really want y'all to understand how much of a change and a drastic thing that has been since January. All right, January. That's when we started the Dexa scan. At the end of the year is when I started changing my diet, right? It just happened to coincide with the year change. All right, my trunk, man, that joker just swooped down. Now, I can tell that I have lost a lot in my trunk and in my stomach and things like that. So I've gone down 3 percentage points in my fat percentage, and I've lost, what is that? The most of my weight that has gone down has been in my trunk area, which is good. So I think that plays a role into inflammation, and then the holding on because of the certain foods that I have been not trending towards anymore. So I think that's really, really good in that. So that's just crazy. So 7.5 pounds, 7.5 pounds. Most of my 10 pounds came from my trunk area. So she's snatched right now. Snatched. I'm snatched. I'm just really excited about that. And then, so naturally my Android weight and percentage also significantly dropped down as well, because that is your trunk weight. And then my gonoid fat percentage also went down. And so all the things are trending in the right way. Now, my arms and my legs, now the fat, the lean muscle. Now moving to the lean muscle. The lean muscle has gone down, but my overall fat percentage has gone down, and the lean mass percentage has gone up. So that's really important. I did want to bring that point out. My lean mass, so my muscle mass percentage compared to my fat and my bones has gone up. So that is a good thing. You may lose actual weight, but if your percentage gets better, that means you're heading in the right way. So now if my fat percentage went up and my lean went down, now we have to think about some things, right? At least for me, that's the way I look at it. Now, if you're in a position where you just need to lose, then absolutely you do that. But me, I'm also looking at my muscle mass too, because that's very important to me, to maintain that, to maintain that degree of lean muscle mass, just being the things I have to do. So that's why one of the reasons why working out and doing the strength training, I am incorporating that. But the fact that my overall lean mass percentage compared to my fat has gone up is just astounding for me, and I'm very, very happy because that is really the first time that has happened for me. The first time that that's happened for me in this whole entire process. So I have to say it again. It's definitely my diet, because that's the only other thing other than walking, which is a highly underrated activity to do for yourself. Walking. Okay. All right. So that's really pretty much everything else. When you look at the other ones, it's just amazing to see at the fact that my total lean mass has gone up overall, which I'm super, super happy about. Overall from January to now. So my total lean mass has gone from 50% to 51%, almost 52%. So I've almost had a 2% increase in my body fat. So that's a whole bunch of scientific stuff, y'all. That's just about scientific stuff. So listen here, y'all, I thank y'all for watching, man. Stay tuned for more of the Choices journey. We are getting back on to the recipes and things like that, because this was the motivation that I absolutely needed, not to slip back into those habits and really be intentional about how I'm planning out everything, and I'm making movements each and every single day. Okay, y'all join me. If you want to be better, then make the choice to be better, so that way you can do better and be better yourself. I promise you, listen, when we do it the right way, it's going to benefit us in the long run. And so what if it takes a little bit more effort? I know I've eaten enough McDonald's and all of that to last me a lifetime. So what is it to stop now? And even when I go out, making the right decisions when I go out to eat, because I don't deprive myself of going out to eat. I do not. I still go out to eat. I still have a good time with friends and family and enjoy myself. But I make sure that I incorporate those things in and plan them in, and then make different choices, right? Make different choices when I do go out and eat. And sometimes it does cost a little bit more money. Listen, that's the reality of it. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. So if y'all want to learn how to do some more gardening stuff, which I am on, check out the gardening as well. But y'all be blessed. Peace out. One love. Jesus Christ. Remember that. Until the next time. Let's go. Let's keep it up, baby.